Hey, what's going on, everyone? The Daunt here. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season and New Year's, and hope everyone's having a wonderful start to 2026. Today, I'm going to be bringing you guys something a little bit different than what we typically post. This is a 2 versus 2 game. It is a casual game, not played in the ranked server. I'm trying to interweave some of these different game modes into the uploads here. I did have some requests for some differing stuff in terms of PvP, so we're going to start with a 2v2. Some of these that I have recorded are a little chiller, so I might change up some of the video formatting, make them a little shorter than others. Some might be still as long as we've typically seen on the channel here. But definitely should be entertaining and fun either way, hopefully. So we do have a 2 versus 2 battle zones here. We went as the British. Teammate is Lepanto 1588. He went as the US. And then we are going against 2 German players. We've got 0123 and then a Russian player who I will not attempt to pronounce. I'm not even going to give it a go. We are on Dunkirk Dunes, one of the new Finest Hour maps. And this was actually the first time I was playing on this map. So definitely nice to see it. Lepanto already, great communication. This is part of the issues sometimes that I find with casual 2v2s is lack of communication between my teammates and I, whether they just don't respond or, there might be a language barrier or whatever. But Lepanto starts it right off with a casual high, which is nice. And we'll give him the game plan. We're going to take the right, grab our home point, push for the point that I'd expect competition at, and then with squad number 2, we're going to kind of skirt towards the middle and help out Lepanto, since he'll be lacking in terms of infantry numbers playing as the US. For doctrines, I do believe we are, is that Polish? I think yeah, I believe that's the Polish squad. I believe we went with offensive. I could be wrong, but we'll see as we kind of get going into the game. It was a little bit in terms of timing for how long this game has sat in the recordings. So just finally getting around to editing it in between the tournament matches. I hope you guys have been enjoying them. I'm going to try to get some more going as we continue playing. I've got my second game with Meow coming up as well that I should hopefully have edited this week. So definitely a good competitive match coming. But we do have kind of first action in the middle. Looks like a full German squad rushed in. Lepanto's kind of split his guys up pretty nicely on either side of the point. So he hasn't lost too many. And we've kind of been able to push up decently on our side without any real action. So I am going to get as far up as I can, especially as we do now see kind of the competition squad here coming in on us. And it looks like it is the Russian player as well. He's got regular grenadiers. But I don't know if he's busy microwaving elsewhere or what, but he is unfortunately not microwaving very well, and his first squad is just getting absolutely wrecked there. And we're going to call in a third squad with a Piat into the middle, along with a Humber scout car. Nifty little vehicle. So we're going to bring that into the middle just to get some mobile MG fire support. And now that we've kind of wiped off this flank, we are going to try to push up as far as possible. I don't want to give him any opportunities to kind of push me. I want to set the tone in terms of my defense and have this point behind me as far as I can. So we'll spend a little bit of time here just kind of digging in and setting up positions and bringing up all the supporting guys as well. But Lepanto's done a very decent job. He's got one guy out on the flank towards their 2 points. We pretty much had the same idea, capping, or both sides rushing middle, and then both sides kind of taking advantage of theirs. The Humber takes a rifle grenade, which is kind of unfortunate, but no serious damage. We're able to kind of back it out of the way, and we do have the third squad coming in as well. Although that second rifle grenade does just miss us. But they bring in a 223 and a 2-centimeter truck as well. So they're lacking infantry, especially against the British players, or a British player, I should say. But they do have some pretty decent HE power on the field. We really don't have anything to deal with that other than the small arms and my Piat at this point. But thankfully, it looks like in terms of this middle point, there are some sufficient dips and rocky terrain to kind of hide behind. So they're really not going to do much in terms of kind of weeding us out at this point. And we're going to dig in here to make it even harder for them. But going with the two vehicles really, probably not the best call, because they are significantly lacking infantry support, or at least we haven't really seen much. And Lepanto's got a pretty decent amount of infantry now, it looks like, as well in the middle, which is great from a US player. Although they are kind of creeping up on our side of that point from their side. So we will have to deal with that. But again, those rocks are decently hiding us. And I do have one guy out far enough on the flank here to kind of get a good, decent view. I'm hoping I can get a clear shot, just line of sight wise, into their spawn, just to see anything that comes. And we're trying to crawl up this Piat as far as we can. We just get range, one lucky shot. We do get it, and I'm gonna try to get him out of there if I can. So the truck is down. Probably got a couple hits, a couple kills on our guys. We are at tier 1 as well. And I'm actually a regular, now that I'm looking at what I ended up buying. So, went with the half-track, or the half-track, the Bren carrier call-in. So we'll have the 3 Brens, 1 Wasp, 1 Mortar, and the regular Bren with the Piat in it. And since there's been no contention on this right side, I'm going to continue moving my guys up even further and dig in even further up. Which is going to let me get a really nice early warning, and hopefully I'll be able to counter with you know, anything I need to at that point. But Lepanto has gone offensive. He brought in the M8 Scott, so we'll have some HE coming in on our end, and we do have a perfect view into their spawn. I'm even going to back this guy off a little bit. So we do see the early Panzer III coming in. And Lepanto does see it as well, which is great. So definitely a good idea getting that guy out there. We'll have pretty much straight up vision on everything they bring in. And I'm going to bring the Piat out of the regular Bren carrier, just to have a second Piat guy out there. And then we're going to play around with these other Brens as well. I don't really mind if I lose them. I've got the Humber up pretty far as well. I gotta switch this guy around so you can see their spawn. But Lepanto is making his first push on their point, which is great. We definitely don't want them to just kind of sit stagnant over there, because then they'll just be able to continue funneling into middle and contest in middle. And I'm gonna have the mortar carrier fire kind of on the side into the middle. I know they're around there, have to be around there. I know we haven't cleared off the point completely as of now. And they're bringing more guys in as well, so it'll be good just to harass them. And I decided to bring the Humber over to kind of assist with Lepanto's push. I don't really care if I lose it. It did its purpose, you know, to a degree, and at this point it's just kind of taking up CP, so I'd rather just get rid of it. And they do have a drilling, so I know at least one of them is all around west for his call-ins. So we do have decent line of sight there, and we do have the Panzer III in the middle as well to contend with. But so far, pretty decent. Not the worst hold. We definitely have infantry advantage in the middle. They're probably getting a little too risky in terms of these vehicles, especially with the Piazza range. We're already in range, so we will take some shots. We do hit. We just got to be a little careful about the infantry right in front, but should be able to take out this Panzer III, thankfully here. Really, the Axis player is not putting any pressure from the right side, is probably detrimental for them at this point, because it's allowing me to get really close in terms of kind of the infantry in the middle. And we do have a ammo crate as well for the mortar Bren carrier, so we'll make sure that we keep that supplied for now. But it looks like Panto's push is going well, and I'm confident enough that I can bring in the Wasp, but probably a little too confident. Got a little too close. Should have probably kept it back. So we do lose it. Probably not the smartest. I'm going to immediately try to get a guy repairing it, although I'm sure he won't last at this point, just with how far up he is. But they're playing super passive, or at least one of them is, considering he's got guys in that back building and not really looking anywhere. Not really putting any pressure on us. If they were in the front of the building, it'd probably be a lot better. But at this point, I'm able to steal some German grenades and kind of push them off even further. And I'm going to try to get another guy up as well to get further line of sight, further up from their spawn. But as of now, I mean, we can just really continue kind of contesting them. We'll keep putting the pressure on their home point, or their home points, I guess. And we're so dug in middle, there really isn't, I have no concern about losing it at this point. And the Humber's still up as well, although it should go down by that 2 centimeter. So drilling and 2 centimeter. And I see a truck in the middle, along with another infantry push, and some guys kind of midway through, kind of the 2 points. We do finally lose fully the Humber. I'm not even going to bother with it. And I know with that truck, he's had to have brought in something. But at this point, you know, we're just going to kind of keep the pressure up. And then we do see that it is a Lelg. So he went with an infantry gun. And he does get a very nice shot on the 2 centimeter mortar carrier. Now I'm expecting to lose this secondary thread, which, again, I'm kind of fine with. It's really just kind of a throwaway. They're cheap enough for it's DP. I'm going to try to take out this guy. And then we're going to self-destruct it there. And try to take out maybe this building if I can with it. And now they're finally making a push on our side. But we've got guys so far up, we see it all the way through. So I know it's there. I've got plenty of guys there to hopefully defend with it. And we're going to bring in a Cromwell CS as well to deal with the Lelg. And just get our own infantry fire support going on the side. And another Humber. Because why not? The Humber should be able to deal with this infantry and give myself enough support up here. But the Lelg really isn't doing much. Hasn't killed too many of our infantry in the middle. We still have a very nice line. I'm going to repair the mortar half-track and I'll direct control the CS here. See what we can do. But first, got to deal with the Humber. And we'll get some nice flank shots there. And we deal with the Lelg. We do get a guy, get a performance drop, convenient. Although it is on the other guy, so 0-1-2-3 is just hanging. Panto with a good job so far. You as well, man. You as well. You're doing great. But unfortunately, I can't tell them through the lag. Need to be ready for their heavies. Lel goes down. Now we'll congratulate him. And I do doubt we make it there. As long as we keep up this kind of defensive line in the middle and the pressure, we really don't have any concerns. Convenient lag. We do hit the half track coming in. It was a Fleming Warfare half track, so it's a good shot taking that out. It's the benefit of the CS being able to lob over. Panto's got an AT gun in the middle, so that's good. That'll help deal with any armor that comes up. I don't really have to worry about that. You can kind of keep the CS there, just shelling. And this guy's really just holding his infantry. He's not microing it very well. So we're going to try to get up and get some grenades in if possible. First one doesn't do much. But I bet if I can get it over this building... 3, 2? Yeah, 2's good. Maybe get a nice cheeky Willie Pete. Hits the building. Unfortunate. Trying everything. Whatever I got, I'll use. Well, they got a Hetzer over there, so I do need to be worried about that. I'm going to put a shell into this building. But I know there are guys up there. Menace with those grenades. Maybe. Not really. Appreciate it though. Glad he thinks that, but they are not microing. So I'm not going to give myself too much credit on this one. If they were microing, it could be a completely different story, but we do have 63 infantry kills, so we are doing something. The fence in front of the Humber there tanks a shot, which is pretty nice. But the wheels are shot out, so we won't be moving anywhere at least. But he's bringing up a Panzer IV, so that will easily deal with my Cromwell here. My reverse speed is a lot slower than I was thinking it was, so he's in range. I'm not. I absolutely expect to lose. Yeah, he tracks me. So at this point, I'm going to try to take out some of this infantry that's advancing in, because I know the Cromwell's done. Yeah, the Cromwell's done. And now we'll bring in the Churchill. Mark 8, which will be extremely difficult for them to take out. Honestly, I'm pretty sure they're both the same doctrine. Doubt they do. We do have a cheeky Piat guy close. We'll get a lucky shot, maybe. Nah, just short. It's always good to have Piats lying around everywhere, especially in these buildings since he's not really pushing. Plenty of areas to kind of hide. But the Wasp is back up, so if I can get these guys in, we'll kind of suicide that up. I'm going to bring in a parachute squad over to the right. I do see a new half track coming in as well. Throw a Willie Pete in front of this Wasp. Then we're going to try to get in it. And he's bringing in a flamethrower half track of his own, so if we're quick enough, if we can get in quick enough, a little bit of lag, unfortunate. Could have possibly gone head-to-head, but he is going to get me first, I think, here. Yeah, real unfortunate. But thankfully, Lepanto's got some rifle grenades lying around, and we have a Piat as well. And the Cromwell finishes it off, actually. So 4 different things in that area to sufficiently deal with that. They are absolutely a tad desperate. They've got no real infantry support, although I'm sure there's a couple guys laying around on the backside of the point, but they're just kind of throwing things in. Panzer IV does take out the Cromwell finally. I was expecting to lose it though, so not a big deal. They're bringing an infantry push over onto the right. We're going to get a nice shot with the Churchill. He's going to immediately prone. Looks like they're also bringing a half track over up top, thanks to our sneaky spotter. But our new infantry squad will thankfully be here right as they get there. So we should be able to deal with it. See a second half-track coming. Got plenty of targets, although some of these buildings are going to block some of these shots. I'm going to smoke and try to get some shots at the Panzer IV. We do get one. Most likely a stunned crew. Take out one of the shirts in. Second shot. Hopefully stuns it again. He is making a full push at this point. This half-track and the infantry are going to kind of run through. I've got to micro these guys a little bit better and get them into some better positions since I haven't just yet. Because if he does push well enough, he could possibly get through. Especially with the half-track at least, which is full of it. So I am going to have to deal with that. Churchill's still going at the Panzer IV. We are going to bring in a Humber armored car with an AT gun on it to try to deal with that half-track. Churchill does take out the Panzer IV, but that is it with that shot. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll weave in some more of these 2v2s as we go, but look forward to the next game here.